Okay, so jumping back in with Miraku's performance here, it'll be interesting to see how JYP judges, you know, the guys, right? Like, cause I seen Nizi project and watching A2K, and then also watching the 16 series. So those were all the girls. So I've never seen this with just the boys before. I didn't expect it to be like that different, but you know what I mean. Because even, and I haven't seen this, so I'm not 100% sure, but from what I have seen, if I have this right, even the sort of show that Stray Kids when they were formed, right, that was a little, it was like 16 in that I think they were all trainees already, like they were all the JYP trainees, but it was not the same as this or that, because they ended up kind of competing against other groups, like basically ITZY, and I think there was like a couple others, but so it wasn't like just the boys or just the girls or whatever. It was kind of like both, and so very, very different, right? And I haven't seen that one again, but just it was a totally different thing. So I think this is maybe the first real example of this.
やってみましょう。はい。
Stray Kids. He is fast, though. Bro he's good, dude. He's good. Like, yeah, he has a crazy dynamic, super fast, man. Like, everything is super fast, and that is tied to precision, because in other words, it's got to be precise in order to complete the movements that quickly. So, lack of precision means it's not going to be as fast. And trying to do it with just speed or whatever, then it becomes kind of sloppy. But he's precise and he's fast. He's got a very interesting dynamic. I don't know if this is, like I said, the original choreography, or if this is something he came up with. I'm not sure. Either way, it felt really natural. You know what I mean? Like, it has that like, this is just him dancing kind of a feel to it. It's good though, man. That was really good. That was solid.
一番最初にやった、ミラク君、こう軽い感じがあったり余裕があったりっていうのが本当に見えて、
何よりもなんか楽しんでたというか、 こんな状況でも自分らしさをちゃんと出せてたので
That's really cool. Like, okay, if the first one is strong, what you know, it should make them feel like, okay, I can go for it. Like I can, you know, maybe I'm not as good, or you know, maybe I don't look as cool or whatever, but I'm gonna go for it. Like I'm gonna really go for it. That's the important thing.
ミラクさんは地域予選から、一番驚いたところは、余裕です。
Yeah. Super relaxed.
14歳ですか？こんなに幼いのにどうやってそんなに余裕を持っているか不思議です。ミラク君はリズムが絶対に速すぎない。それは本当に
always controlled.
難しいです。もう一つ驚いたところは余裕を持っているからすべての動きにその動きに合う感情を乗せて表現しています。素晴らしいです。一つ残念なところは、
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. But
残念なところは、ダンスのラインがよく生きてません。팔꿈치가 이렇게 되는 게 너무 많아. 이거랑 다르지, 그치? 손가락도 이거랑 다르지. 무릎도 마찬가지야. ダンスのラインを生かすためには肘、膝、指、足指が大事です。指先、足指先までダンスのラインをつなげて最大限長くするべきです。はい、わかりますか？はい。今からはそれを集中して、練習してください。はい。切ってください。切ってください。
man. It was close. It's like he did really well. That details that you know JYP. Like the thing is, I'm watching it and I'm like, wow, this dude's, you know, the way he's moving is incredible, you know. But from the start, you know, the thing is, JYP's like, oh, look at his elbows, look at his knees. I mean, that's what's happening. You know what I mean? It's like it, but he can still see the whole picture. But he's also like, the lines. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
もうなんか安心というか
good showing,
一番目で
a strong
もらえ
good
たの
showing.
で
Yeah.
その
And now
練
you
習
just
してき
get
た
to
のが
relax.
伝わっ
That's
た
the
んだ
thing.
なと思って嬉しかったです。
Now you just get to chill, watch everybody else.
次はショーン君。はい。はい。
See, I knew it.
こんにちは、兵庫県から来ました17歳松原ショーンです。よろしくお願いします。
What's interesting is that at this point, right, you're seeing these first evaluations, the first round of dance evaluations, and everybody moves differently. Like everybody has their own style, their own way of expressing things, and it's really interesting because you know that at a certain point all of it's got to sync up within a team or a group. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting when it's for quite disparate in these solo type of performances, because it's like, how are you gonna get the way that guy moves to be completely in sync with the way that guy moves, and then this other guy, you know what I mean? Like it's a fun thing though. It's a fun thing.
音楽を感じながらそれを表現することは本当に良かったです。オーディション参加者たちの中で音楽を
It already looks different.
真心から感じてそれを表現する人はあまりいないです。
Like so different, right?
でも
He had
踊る時に一度も僕と目
that's what I
を
was looking at too.
合わせな
Yeah.
かったことを知ってますか？
わからなかったです。
Yeah.
歌手は
Vibing too
見
hard.
ている人にある感情を伝えたい情熱が大きくなきゃいけないです。
やっぱり J.Y. パークさん本人の目の前で緊張してしまったっていうところがあって、目を見て表現できるように練習を重ねてきました。
Just from the look of this kid, right? Like, I knew it was going to be a much different feel from Miraku's, right? I was like, this guy, he's not going to move the same. I don't see it. You know what I mean? Mechanically, it looks like he's going to do something different. And it's interesting, man. It's interesting.
はい、見覚えありませんか？J.Y. パークさんです。そうですね。
That's pretty good,
次
actually.
はね、ちゃんとね、パクさんの目を見て
It's like
伝えて、
it's like manga
伝えて思ってる
JYP
の
or
で、はい
something.
自分で
That's pretty cool, man. That's
書い
pretty
てま
good.
した。
It's
僕は
practical
ダン
though.
ス審査を緑黄色社会さんのメラを自分なりにオリジナルで、振りをつけてきました。
A lot of this music too, I'm hearing it for the first time, but it's all good. You know, I'm familiar with like Stray Kids already. A couple, 2 p.m. and stuff. I'm familiar with them, at least somewhat. But a lot of the Japanese artists and stuff is like, this is the first time I'm hearing it. But it's all really good, man. It's all really good.
をしていきたいと思います。ちょっとやっぱり振り付けするにあたってやっぱり歌詞の内容とか知った方がイメージ湧くので、今日はちょっと細かく振り付けをしていきたいと思います。
このメラっていう曲で感じているリズムとか感情を J.Y. パークさんに伝えるっていうのを全力注いで練習してきたので、必ずキューブをその場で勝ち取ります。
So far, these guys all seem to have a really good understanding of, like, they're even if they're coming up with their own choreography, but they're connecting the movement to the lyrical expression and the musical too. I mean, obviously, but the level of the attention to detail, paying attention to the lyric and trying to coordinate something with that, to have it move, with what's being lyrically expressed. I think most of them seem to have a pretty strong grasp of that.
はい、やってみましょう。
お願いします。
今なんじゃないメラメラとたぎで眠っているだけの正義こんな僕も君のヒーローになりたいのさ
It's a fun song. There's something about this kid that he's of course he's very young, he's very in his time, but there's something about the way he dances that's very classical. It looks like a musical. It reminds me of Singing in the Rain or something like that. This was very expressive in that way, like it's one of those musicals, Fred Astaire, or it's got a little bit of that. It's got like I said, it's also very contemporary, very modern, but there's a nod to a lot of this real classic type of feel, right? This classic type of style. It's very cool. It's it's cool. It's a great original type of choreography, and I knew he was going to have very much his own style.
聞いてください。
Dang, he called it. He called it. That's legit. He called it. That. And he figured out the eyes. It worked. Drawing the little JYP picture that worked.
僕が指摘したところを完璧に理解して直してきました。はい。芸術ということがなのか、自分の魂から起こった感情を自由に自分のままで表現することです。それが一番大事どころです。ション君は感情表現がすごく自然です。
ありがとうございます。
振り付けはただままです。でもそのション君の奥に起こっている感情が僕に 完全に感じられます。
ありがとうございます。
それが一番大切ところです。
So one thing I'm noticing is this is the second time when someone's had like a original choreography, and I think it's really good, right? And JYP's like, it was so, right? The choreography itself, it was so. I mean, he'd be honest about that kind of thing. It's not like he, wouldn't be honest about. But I got this gut feeling that when he says that, there's a little bit of like, I better try and keep these guys' heads from getting a little too big or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want them to get carried away. So I'm gonna say like, yeah, it was so, but here's what you did that was good. And again, I don't think he would, he's not gonna lie about it, but I think there's a little bit of an angle on like, just this. You don't want to get too big for your britches, right? Especially like right away. So I don't know, but that's just a gut feeling. I'm assuming something here.
本当に良かったです。お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございます。なんか信じられなくて嬉しくて泣きそうになりましたし、頑張ってきた甲斐があったってそこで思って、今まで生まれてきた中で一番嬉しい感情だったと思います。
次はエイジ君。
はい。
Interesting.
こんにちは。愛知県から来ました伊藤英二、15歳、中学3年生です。よろしくお願いします。
에이지 쿤 지영 예선 때도 말했지만 뭔가 B 처음 봤을 때 느낌이 좀 있어요. 뭔가 체격 조건이 정말 뛰어나고 힘도 좋고 센스도 좋아서 잘만 다듬으면 정말 훌륭한 가수가 되겠다는 생각이 들었고, 지분自身のもともと姿を自由に自然に表現できる人です。제가 에이스네. 쟤는 뭐 무슨
本当に自分が受かるなんて受かりたいと思っていたんですけど、こう実際に受かった時は本当に自分はやっぱりなれるんだなと、チャンスがあるんだなと思ってとても嬉しかったです。やっぱりみんなそれぞれ違った個性があって、みんなかっこいいし、踊りもみんなうまいし、やっぱりさすがたくさんの数から選ばれた人たちだなと。まだ全然道のりは長いのでとても心配です。
なんか俺が惨めに思えてきた。本当に絶対今回はやばい気がする。
特に僕はダンスにやっぱり力を入れて頑張る練習もしてきたので、
自分も負けないようにしないといけないなって
ちゃ思いました。歌詞を聞いた時に他と比べる真似なんてバカみたいなとか、ありのままの自分でいいんだよっていう歌詞もあったりして、自分はやっぱり他の人と自分を比べたりして、それでネガティブになったりすることもあるので、この曲でそれがなんか吹き飛ぶというか、この曲にすれば、僕の感情というのをとても親身に込めれるんじゃないかなと思って選びました。表情だったり振りというか踊りに込める思いっていうのを自分の体に染みついくまでやったので、その姿をパークさんに見せたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
후회 없을 정도로 열심히 했어요.
後悔はないです。
やってみましょう。思い切り楽しく。
はい。お願いします。お願いします。
Be like that, so not a tie, not a tie. 우라야마 식구 테니 타이 스코 시대모 감이타이 감이타이 호카토 구라베루만 내한테 내리 무드기수 와카라 나이마마 센탕 렌즈 아르모 브레모 야티키타 토리 놓고 살에 닦고 나이 완가시 마치기로 look it all at once I'm not like other ones 소유 말했지 뭐 나니 몸이 다스란 나이 난 니모 난나 처음에 딱 날게도 라베트 스모케도 앞도 가라 이때는 막게잖아 있어 baby 해가 꿈일 때 take your time 이마 아리노 마마 my pace my my way 유쿠리 데모 카마 one night 기분 너의 시대 my life I want it to the side 말해 니 take right now 마다 도이고를 뭐 can't even imagine where I don't know 다돌이 듣고 싶은 옷을 갖다 놓 Can't even imagine how I want to know でも今はこの目を離さない悩みはまた次のステップその時までもよそ見しな忘れないで You must be my little piece 今ありのまま My pace このまま My way ゆっくりでも構わない自分の意志で My life I want it to decide Ready? Let's go! Just stay in my lane.
I think Eiji has some good lines, you know. There's just something about his movements being really sharp and crisp. He's got speed, he's got power, and you can really kind of like put his foot on the gas, so to speak, but also let up, you know, in certain moments. And there's something about it, right? There's something about him. It's fun to watch him. Like, you know, when he does something, it's just fun to watch.
歌とダンスどっちも根本的には ある感情を伝えることです。特別に歌手はずっと見る人と共感しながらある感情を伝えなければいけません。でもエイジ君は初めから最後まで動き一つ一つに感情を入れてそれを伝えたい情熱が感じられます。
今ありのまま My pace このまま My way ゆっくりでも構わない自分の意志で My life
そこに体の条件も本当にいいですから全ての動きが本当に大きく見えます。パワー、スピード、感情表現全部本当に上手です。
ありがとうございます。
でも、
はい、
次のステップは基本の姿勢を正しくすることです。エイジ君は全ての動きをするときいつも体が少し丸くなっています。
I noticed this when he was sitting in the room. Like that one shot where he said he was looking at his recordings of his practice, videos, and the way he was sitting, he's got that gamer, where the shoulders kind of roll forward a little bit like this. It's something even I have, like when I saw it, I was like, what? And it's something I have to remind myself of consciously, right? It's like, wait, pull your shoulders back, and that is a basic posture thing. Like, I'm not even dancing, but I try to remember, like, hey, I gotta, chest out, right? Like, pull your shoulders back, stomach in, chest out, that kind of thing. But I did notice that was because it was a little bit pronounced, and it was like, oh, but he's, just trying to chill in the room or whatever. So I thought, well, that, but and I can't see it too well because of the camera angle and all this stuff. But I'm sure JYP sitting there, like in the room, he can see this kind of thing.
이렇게 생각하면 돼. 가슴은 드는데 양쪽 어깨가 귀에서 멀어진다고 생각해야 돼. 그럼 배는 홀쭉해졌고 가슴은 들렸고 거기서 여기를 누가 이 뒷꼭지를 잡아 뽑는다고 생각해. 그러면 턱은 들어가고 등은 펴지지. 어깨랑 귀랑 멀어진다는 생각해야 돼.
Honestly, that's good advice for anybody, really, but especially for the bros, okay? You guys out there, and if the ones who do have good posture probably already understand it, but if it's something you don't normally pay attention to, that's good advice. Even if you're not trying to be like an idol singer, it's good advice.
わかりますか？
はい。
それ以外は完璧です。聞いてください。
ありがとうございます。
3 for 3. We're 3 for 3.
か
難しいです。
はい、
ありがとうございます。
お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございました。
てられない
This
と
is
思い
gonna
ます。
be crazy, dude.
もう出来上がってる人たちなんだなって。
ひとまず残念なところは
Let's see. Yeah, but this is gonna be like really crazy, man, because the talent is already like really high level, and there's just some about the power and the speed and everything. You know what I mean? Like where they're 3 for 3 on cubes, on the dance evals, and these aren't even the trainees. These aren't even. You know what I mean? Like this is really good, man. This is really good. This season of the Nizi project is gonna be nuts, dude. This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy. Even just the little highlight clips from the next episode, like it's straight up acrobatic. Like these performances are wildly good. These are wildly good, and this is just the beginning. This is just the boot camp part. Of course, all I can compare it to is the shows that I have seen, or or am watching right now. But this is crazy, dude. This is legit, like crazy. The initial auditions, the regional ones, it's like they were at a certain level, especially the non-trainee guys, right, who went and auditioned. But they've had time since then to consider some of that initial advice, and to like in other words, so far all these guys seem to have really grinded, right? Like if they did well at the initial audition, fine, right? But they didn't like rest or any, you know what I mean? They were like, it has to be, they already understood it has to be better. It's gotta be a stronger showing than what it was that got me to this point. I don't know. Everything about this is cool though. Everything about this is cool. I think that they already look like, some great kids, right? Like these guys are they all seem really cool. Like you'd want to be friends with them, you know what I mean? Like if you're peers or whatever, like these are cool guys, right? And none of them seem to have like any kind of attitudes or whatever. I mean, they all seem to be to have a good personality, and the talent is crazy. This is crazy, dude. And they're 3 for 3 on dance cubes, and I honestly expect a lot. I'm just guessing, but I'm anticipating that there's going to be like a lot of people getting the dance cube at the first evaluation. You know what I mean? Man, this is nuts, dude. This is nuts. But those were 3 really good, evaluations, man. The who was the Sean, the second guy, right? His was really cool, because of that almost like throwback type of style that was worked into what he had choreographed for his, right? Something about that was really, really classical, like really, really reminded me of some of those timeless sort of musicals that are still fun to watch now, and then Miraku, right, the first guy, really, really great. And that guy's, he's fast, he's got power, like he's got these things. He said he just need to work on the lines, which I didn't even notice, you know what I mean? But these are really, really strong. This first round of dance evaluations it's incredibly impressive, man. This is setting the tone for what's in store. This is crazy. It's gonna be crazy good. But work on your posture. Remember that one. And don't order the DNA spicy chicken sandwich unless you're in for that kind of thing. Okay? Just my 2 takeaways from this episode.